Interpreted Storytime. My name is Lindsay, and I'm grateful that SDHHS is here interpreting for us. And I'm also grateful to be living on Treaty 6 territory here in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Let's get started with our Hello Friends song. Hello friends, hello friends, hello friends, it's time to say hello. Well, we have some wonderful stories today, and so let's get started with our first story. Our first story today is from the Pete the Cat storybook collection. I borrowed this from Saskatoon Public Library, and these are all by James Dean. And when I looked at the first story, I found Pete's Big Lunch. We're going to tell the story in a little bit of a different way today and try to remember. Now, if you've never read the story, you might borrow the book from the library and take a look. But I'm going to try to remember, and we're going to tell the story together. So here's Pete the Cat. And Pete the Cat came home from school and he was very, very hungry. And he started to think about what he might like to have for a snack. What sorts of things do you like to have for a snack when you're very, very hungry? Well, Pete thought he might like to have a sandwich. And he got out a plate and he opened the refrigerator door, and from the refrigerator he started to think about the things he might like to put on his sandwich. Wonder what sorts of things would go on a sandwich. First thing Pete the Cat thought about was a loaf of bread. B-R-E-A-D, bread. And Pete the Cat put that loaf of bread on the plate. That's a lot of bread for one sandwich. And he thought he might like to have a fish on his sandwich. Do you like fish on a sandwich? Pete the Cat does. He thinks it's good. Well, he looked at his sandwich and he thought, that's a pretty small sandwich. I think I might like to put some more things on my sandwich. Any guesses what he might choose next? Pete the Cat decided that he wanted to put some mayonnaise, mayo, on his sandwich and a nice juicy tomato. You might consider taking the mayo out of the jar and cutting up the tomato, but Pete put the whole thing on his sandwich. And he looked at the sandwich and thought, that's too small, I'm very hungry. So he decided to get a nice crisp apple out of the refrigerator and put that on his sandwich. And he decided to get some crackers and put those on his sandwich too. Nice crunchy crackers. Always nice to have a bit of crunch in your sandwich. Well, Pete the Cat looked at his sandwich and decided it's still not quite big enough, so I'm going to add some more toppings. So Pete decided to add an egg to his sandwich and some cheese and some hot dogs. 2 hot dogs. 1, 2 hot dogs. And a banana. Who doesn't like a banana on their sandwich? Delicious. And a pickle. Now, his sandwich was missing something, and Pete the Cat looked at his sandwich. What sorts of things might he have missed putting on his sandwich? He decided to put a can of beans on his sandwich. Beans. And one last topping. Can you guess what he might choose? He chose a triple scoop of ice cream with strawberry and vanilla and chocolate. Now, his sandwich is complete. What a masterpiece. But maybe now his sandwich is too big? What will he do? How could he solve his problem? Yeah, he could put some back in the fridge. Or he could eat the ice cream cone by itself. But Pete had another idea. Pete decided to phone his friends. And Pete phoned all his friends and said, I have a big sandwich. Can you please come help me eat it? And so his friends came over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His 5 friends came over to help him eat his big sandwich. And when they were done eating the sandwich, they said, thank you. And Pete said, you're welcome. It's so cool to share. The end. In the Pete the Cat story, I noticed that he put a banana on his sandwich. Well, putting a whole banana on your sandwich might be a little difficult, but it made me think about this song about bananas. So I hope that you'll get up and stand up and stretch out with me and do the actions for this song with me. All right, it starts like this. Bananas unite. Great job. All right, first we peel the bananas. Peel, peel, bananas. Peel, bananas. Peel, peel, bananas. Then we chop. Bananas, chop, chop, bananas. Chop, bananas, chop, chop, bananas. Then we mash. Bananas, mash, mash, bananas. Mash, bananas, mash, mash, bananas. Eat, bananas, eat, eat, bananas. Eat, bananas, eat, eat, bananas. Then we go. Bananas, go, go, bananas. Go, bananas, go, go, bananas. Bananas unite. And you could keep on going and singing the song over and over, but I'm going to sit back down and get ready to read us our next story. The second book I have to share with you today is also about eating and also about a character named Pete. This book is called Eat Pete, and it's written and illustrated by Michael Rex. Let's find out what happens. I see that the monster is looking in the window of the house. And here is Pete. Pete is the little boy. Pete was playing on his bedroom floor when a monster appeared at his window. Hi, said Pete. Do you want to play cards with me? The monster didn't want to play cards with Pete. He wanted to. What do you think the monster wanted to do? Eat Pete! Do you think Pete gets eaten? That would be a pretty short book, wouldn't it? But playing cars looked like fun, so they had some races. They set up parking lots. They made crashes. Hey, said Pete, what do you want to play next? Do you want to play pirates? The monster did not want to play pirates. He wanted to eat Pete. Ooh, do you think that Pete is feeling afraid that the monster might eat him? It doesn't look like he is. But the monster had never played pirates before. So they dug for treasure. They walked the plank. They acted like scalawags. Next, said Pete, I think we should play blocks. The monster did not want to play blocks with Pete. He wanted to. Can you say it with me? You know it's coming. Eat Pete. But he liked building things. So they made a castle. What sorts of other things do you think they might build? They built towers. They knocked them down. Now, said Pete, we should play superheroes. The monster did not want to play superheroes. He wanted to... Ready? Eat Pete. Oh. So he ate him. Is that the end of the story? That's a sad story. This is a sad story. The monster is looking very sad. The monster piled up some blocks. He put on a pirate hat. He spun the wheels of a car. It wasn't any fun to play alone. He missed Pete. I guess he shouldn't have eaten him. So he spat him out. Pete looks like he's all covered in slobber and goo from the monster's belly. That was not very nice, Pete told the monster. Sorry. Do you want to play superheroes? Asked Pete. The monster did not want to play superheroes. He wanted to. Here we go again. Hug Pete. Oh, he wanted to hug Pete after all. I'm so glad that they ended up being friends. It looks like they had some fun playing together. Our third book today is called The Doghouse, and it's written and illustrated by Jan Thomas. Now let's take a look at the front of this book for a second. Mouse looks a little bit afraid. And I think that Mouse and Mouse's friends, Duck and Cow and Pig, are a little bit afraid of whatever is living in the doghouse. Maybe they've never met. And maybe they've heard sounds that scare them. So whenever we see the words the doghouse, we're going to use our scariest face and we are going to say the doghouse together. And you can say it with me or sign with me. Ready? Let's practice. The doghouse. Ooh, that was very scary. Okay, here we go. Oh no! The ball went into, ready? The doghouse. Who will get it out? They don't want to go into the doghouse. It's very scary to them. But Mouse has an idea. Mouse says, Cow will. Cow is big. Cow is brave. Cow is strong. Moo. Cow is afraid. So Cow goes into the doghouse. But Cow does not come out. All of the friends are so afraid. Now Cow and the ball are in the doghouse. Who will get them out? Duck and Mouse are both pointing to Pig. Do you think Pig should go? Pig will. Pig is smart. Pig is wise. Pig is stinky. Stinky? Do you think Pig likes being called stinky? So Pig goes into the doghouse. I am not stinky. But Pig does not come out. Quack, 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 quack. Oh, they're so afraid. Now Cow and Pig and the ball are in the doghouse. Who will get them out? Quack, 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 quack. Duck doesn't want to go. Duck will. Duck is noisy. Quack, 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 quack. Oh, Duck doesn't want to go. So Duck goes into the doghouse. Duck is walking very, very nervously. Quack, quack, quack. But Duck does not come out. Can you come out, Duck? Do you see the eyes and the teeth in the doorway of the doghouse? No, because I am having duck for dinner. Duck for dinner? He thinks that maybe the dog is eating the duck for dinner. Oh no, what will Mouse do? Too bad Mouse couldn't come too. This is a big surprise. Dog is not eating the duck for dinner. Dog is having the duck over to share some dinner. And Pig is sharing some dinner, and Cow is sharing some dinner. And it looks like they are having some turnips. I think that's Cow and Duck's favorite. Cow says, "More turnips, Duck?" Oh, and it looks like Mouse is looking in the window. And on this page, Mouse came in to have dinner with them too. Oh, it was a misunderstanding. Dog is actually very nice. And Dog says, "Glad you could join us for cake, Mouse." Cake? The end. Thank you so much for joining us for these stories today. I hope to see you again next time. Let's sing our Goodbye Friends song before we leave. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye.